If you asked 999 out of 1,000 marketers if what I'm about to say makes any sense, or if you ask 1,000 marketers if this makes sense, I'm guessing 999 would say this makes no sense. Yet we do it, and it makes tremendous sense for us. So the central idea of systems theory is that the effects produced by the system are emergent from the collection of relationships in a system. They're not, you can't point to any part of the system and say that did it. It's the system, it's the interrelationships. The best example of a system is a car. It's a very easy one to understand. The great irony of a car is that the thing that provides the power, the engine, on its own can't even move a car across the floor. If you put all the parts of a car in a garage floor, the wheels, you get the drivetrain, you've got the engine, you've got the fuel system, the cooling system, put it all in pieces, none of them actually produce motion. Put them all together and they produce forward motion. So that's a system. So our business system, we optimize for happy customers, meaning we don't just look at how many customers do we create, and there we can look at some metrics. Yes, it's customers minus refunds, but it's not just that. It is how many, what do we get for feedback? It's all these different factors. So here's an example of how we make decisions that seem crazy in a local linear version, yet from a systems version make perfect sense. So in April of this year, our first product together was just sort of a collection of my experience managing paid traffic called the Traffic Engine. That was 10 days or so. We did a pre-promotion, then we did the actual promotion itself. And the energy of the promotion, because it was Andre and I writing together and we love this stuff, there's a lot of enthusiasm. There was a lot of excitement around that promotion. We could see it in the replies that we were getting. And the enrollment closed on a Monday and closed on my birthday on that following Monday. That Sunday, really it started Saturday, but that Sunday I started getting really concerned that we were going to have a lot of people buy on Monday because they had had 10 days of this experience that was exciting. They felt like they were part of something and they were enthusiastic. And Andre and I can both write. So it would be very easy to push some people over the edge to buy who probably shouldn't buy. So you can look at it from the perspective of a couple of perspectives. Who cares? They could always refund. That's not how we approached it. What we realized is if we want a happy customer, if we want somebody 6 months from now to say, I am so glad I purchased the Traffic Engine, I did these things, my business is so much better. That's really what we wanted. Then we needed to actively discourage people from buying who shouldn't. So, and this is a testament to how similarly crazy Andre and I are. We had a conversation on a Sunday, and I was, at the time, was nervous to even mention this, which subsequently we've done it 4 times, so I shouldn't have been nervous. But the idea that I had and brought up was, I said, why don't we create a free course that lasts as long as the Traffic Engine, which at the time was imagined as 8 weeks to go through it. What if we create a free 8-week course? It sounds so crazy. And we give it away on the last day. So instead of stacking a million bonuses, buy before midnight and you get, a free toaster, the typical, or, bonus reveal, whatever. Instead of doing that to encourage sales, why don't we go the opposite way? So that's what we did. We created this, we call it sort of the mini marketing MBA, online MBA. We just put together, and we spent hours and hours and hours curating what we felt like were the seminal pieces of content that we had consumed over the years, like Kevin Kelly's 1,000 True Fans and, Jack Bourne's profitability triangle, and just resource after resource. And we put them in the right order and we organized them and said, so our last email on that Monday said, and we called it out. We said, here's what we could do. We could stack all these bonuses, but we don't want you to be a customer if now is not the right time for you. Don't worry. We'll open this up again in the future. You're not missing out. And if you shouldn't buy today for any reason, or if there's any, we like the Derek Sivers idea. It's a hell yes or a no. Right. So if it's not hell yes for you right now, that is totally cool. But we're not going to leave you hanging, because that creates false pressure. That if we say, don't worry, don't buy, it's not a big deal, but you've been engaged with us this whole time and there's nothing to do next, we're going to accidentally create pressure on you to buy. So what we did instead is we said, here's something you can have instead. And, wow. It's deep. And ever since we've done the same thing, we've created 3 free courses total or 2 free courses total. We always give something away on the last day of our promotions to discourage last day purchases from people who shouldn't buy. Most people would look at that and say, in isolation, that's insane. You're literally taking money off the table. You're discouraging people from buying on the day that they're most likely to buy in an enrollment. But we're not optimizing for last day. We're not optimizing for money. We're not optimizing for how do we maximize last day sales. All of those are reductionist, linear, cause and effect thinking. We're optimizing for the production of happy customers, and you will be a happier customer, more likely, if you shouldn't buy today, if you wait 6 months, and we have maintained the strength of the relationship in between by continuing to assist you. So that's a clear example of what seems like it's crazy, but the positive feedback we get from people who reference, especially later, like, oh, I didn't buy the first time, I bought it now. And I'm so glad, for whatever reason, they're glad they waited, but they're happy. They're really happy because we treated them the way we would like to be treated ourselves.